Hello and welcome to FPL Mate, your best mate for Euro 2020 fantasy football content for the very last time. Guys, it's the end of the Euros. The Euros has been and gone. Hopefully everyone enjoyed the whole tournament. Hopefully you enjoyed watching the final. Perhaps if you are English like me, you didn't enjoy watching the final too much. There were some nice moments, but obviously congratulations to Italy and all of your fans. The best team in the end won the competition, and I think that's only fair, isn't it, really? Even though I would have absolutely loved for England to win that, the best team won, so fair enough there. Guys, I thought I'd round off the entire Euro fantasy tournament videos by just showing you how I got on in the final match day, showing you my total score, showing you my final world ranking and stuff like that, and maybe talk a little bit about the final as well, and maybe a tiny little bit at the end about what we're going to be doing next as well. So hopefully you're going to enjoy this, hopefully you're going to stick around, but yeah, if you do enjoy this video at all, if you've enjoyed the Euro fantasy content in general over the past month and a half, then please do like the video. I would massively appreciate that. And of course, subscribe if you're new around here and you love fantasy as much as me. But without further ado, let's have a look at my Matchday 7 scores. So, this is how I got on. A matchday score of 32 in matchday 7, a total score of 397, and a world rank of 5,804. Pretty good. So that world rank is kind of in the top 0.2, 0.1-ish %, somewhere in that region. Someone can work that out exactly. I think there's around 3.5 to 4 million Euro fantasy players, so that would put me pretty high in the world rankings, and something I'm definitely really happy with indeed. There are no complaints from me. I think I've had a really solid tournament, really solid fantasy decisions throughout. Some highs, some lows. Obviously, the failing to change my captain to Yarmolenko cost me, I think, 8 points. So maybe I could have been a little bit higher, but overall, I'm pretty happy. I did want to ideally get into the top 5k. Perhaps if I factor in those extra 8 points, that does put me into the top 5k. But it's whatever. No point crying over spilt milk. And at the end of the day, even a rank of 5,804 was absolutely fantastic. So yeah, guys, tell me, of course, in the comments how you got on yourself. And yeah, and hopefully, you know, my videos have helped you improve your rank just a little bit. Even if it's just a little bit, then that's all good. So yeah, a solid finish from Gareth Southmate. That's my team's name. And yeah, but in terms of the final match day, not too much to say. So there was never really going to be too many goals. It was very unlikely that there'd be any clean sheets. I did say this before the before the match even kicked off in videos sort of last week, and that kind of came to fruition. Defenders and goalkeepers were unable to keep any clean sheets. That's why I kind of suggested going for a 3 at the back formation. As it turned out, I actually went for 4 in the end. I did bring in Trippier because England playing the 5 at the back formation. I kind of wanted England's, I guess, 5 most attacking players, and I believe that the Trippier and Shaw are more attacking than any midfielders that they had at their disposal, and I did want to commit slightly more to England, just perhaps out of a little bit of loyalty. Although this was a very balanced team indeed. But as it turns out, even if we are saying, well, you know, shouldn't go for defenders because there's not really going to be many clean sheets, well, the only players to score goals in this game were defenders anyway. Bonucci scoring for Italy, Shaw scoring for England. You've got Trippier, of course, there with a 5-pointer. So not really too many points available. I would imagine that a lot of you guys have similar scores on this match day. I can't see too many people being below a match day score of, 20, 25. I can't see too many people having a match day score over like 35, maybe 40, absolute max, because we all have very similar teams at this point, and there really was not many points to be had, not really many points up for grabs. So many players blanked, pretty much every player blanked who was available, other than 3 or 4 players. So yeah, overall, not great, not too much of an exciting week for fantasy, but hopefully you guys enjoyed the game anyway and enjoyed the football, because it was a particularly exciting one for much of the game, for neutrals. I hope anyway. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. But there you go. That is how I got on in my final match day. Really happy with my finish. Hopefully we can repeat some similar form in Fantasy Premier League. But yeah, for now that's that. So a few notes on the final. because I know different people have some different opinions. Maybe you guys are interested to hear what I think. I mean, I do think that perhaps some of the decisions by Gareth Southgate were a little bit questionable, bringing on the attacking players so late, and you know, some of the best players on the bench when we really needed a goal. Rashford, Sancho, perhaps could have come on a bit earlier, and especially if they were going to be the penalty takers, perhaps they could have been on the pitch for a little bit and settle into the game, even for 5, 10, 15 minutes. I think that would have been really beneficial. Obviously, those were two of the players who did miss their penalties. I think it's a crying shame, and some people might disagree with me, that Bukayo Saka was on that 5th penalty. I think as a 19-year-old, to put the pressure of the most important kick of a football in English football in 55 years on the shoulder of a 19-year-old, and it doesn't matter how much of a professional you think he is, how much of a great penalty taker he's been in training. He's never taken a penalty in professional football before. It kind of seems very, very strange to rest the entire hope of a nation for the first time in such a long time on the shoulders of a 19-year-old who's never taken a penalty at the top level before. Really, really strange indeed. So, yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that. Not that I'm blaming Saka. I'm absolutely not blaming Saka. He should have never been put in that position in the first place. Obviously, it was a shame that he missed. It's a bit of maybe it sounds like I wish things could have gone a little bit differently. Of course, I wish things had gone a little bit differently, but I just kind of wish I would have saw, maybe obviously Henderson wasn't available for that, but Henderson to take a penalty, Luke Shaw to take a penalty, Raheem Sterling to take a penalty, Grealish to take a penalty. Whatever you think about these players and their ability to take penalties, it's much better than to go for that than to put so much pressure on a 19-year-old kid who has never taken a penalty before. So you can say, oh, Saka's a better penalty taker than any of those guys. Even if that's true, where's from where we're sitting in terms of actual penalties in real life games of football? He's never done it before. So bit of a strange one. Bit of a strange one. I really, really hope that we can get behind Saka, Rashford and Sancho as well, because I've seen a lot of horrible stuff online, guys, particularly pertaining to racism. And as someone who is experienced a lot of racism in my life, it really does affect your confidence. It really does take it out of you. It really does. It puts so much self-doubt. I've in the past had so many issues with self-doubt and anxiety and wondering if I belong, and wondering, am I worthy, because of some horrible racist comments that have been aimed in my direction in the past, and questioning other people's opinions of me, maybe, thinking I'm not good enough and stuff like that. And to see some of the online racial abuse that's been hurled at Saka and Sancho and Rashford, it really has been really horrible to see. And I just think if you're really a football fan and you're really an England fan or whatever, then don't be doing that. You just take yourself away. Just reevaluate your life, because it's such a nasty thing to do. So, and you can also remove yourself from my YouTube channel as well, because I quite frankly don't want you here at the end of the day, because it really is that horrible. And I've luckily, guys, I know most of you guys are really supportive of this kind of stuff. I see you all in the comments, and I've never had problems with any racist stuff in my comment section or in my streams or anything like that before, which is absolutely fantastic. So I know you guys are absolute legends, but just in case, I just kind of wanted to maybe raise a little bit of awareness of just how strongly I do feel about this issue, and perhaps this YouTube video isn't the right place to talk about it, but I did just want to put that quickly in there and just say, come on guys, let's support the boys. Let's support the boys, because they're obviously going through a tougher time than any of us as England fans. If we're feeling hard done by right now and we're feeling it's unfair, imagine how they're feeling right now. So really try and get behind them. If you see any racism or any really horrible, nasty online bullying, please do make sure you call it out, you report it, do your bit. It's it really, really is so important that we do that. And it's part of the reason why I bought a kind of a blackout England shirt as well, because Well, there we go. That's what my opinions on that. Guys, aside from that, moving on from Euro Fantasy, I did also want to say thank you so much for all of you who have joined me through this journey of Euro Fantasy. It's been amazing. We've gained something like, I don't know, something like 8,000, 9,000 subscribers across the Euros, which is just, you know, absolutely amazing. Loads of new followers on Twitter as well. So it's amazing to see so many of you new guys here on my channel. And it's, you know, welcome to you all. I really hope that I've helped you through the Euros. I really hope you've enjoyed the Euro Fantasy stuff. And also, I really hope you'll stick around for the Fantasy Premier League stuff that I've got coming up on my channel very soon as well, because there is so much stuff. I've been writing a content calendar this morning about what kind of content I'm going to be making pre-season, and trust me guys, there's going to be videos pretty much, not quite, but pretty much every single day between now and the start of the Premier League season about all kinds of fantasy football stuff. So if you are just looking to improve your rank and beat your mini league rivals, if you just love fantasy football and just want to hear about different aspects of fantasy football every single day in video form, if you just want some random football stuff to stick on in the background whilst you're at work or whatever, guys, hopefully I can be your guide for the next year, because yeah, I'm really looking forward to a really big season. We're going to try and make so many improvements to the channel. We're going to try and do so much more stuff. We're going to try and have some more guests. We're going to try and have some more interesting and unique contents. We're going to improve the graphics. We're going to talk about having, you know, podcasting. We're going to have potentially merchandise. So we're just going to go big this year. We really are going to go big. So yeah, do stay tuned for that. I am looking forward to getting properly stuck into some FPL stuff, because it feels like it's been a while. You know, obviously I've made a couple of FPL videos recently, but it's been a while since I've done FPL content properly. So that's pretty much all I wanted to say in this video. I know we didn't talk too much about the Euro Fantasy Matchday, but there's only so much you can say about this Euro Fantasy match day, to be honest, because you know, it's not really an important match day for fantasy, really, because everyone's kind of on the same page. But hopefully you've enjoyed having a little listen to me anyway, and hopefully, guys, from tomorrow you're going to be enjoying some Fantasy Premier League content from me as well. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video or any of the Euro Fantasy content over the past month and a half, please do leave a like on this video. I'd massively appreciate it. Guys, if you want to subscribe, if you haven't done already, please go for it. But I imagine most of you watching this video have already subscribed, to be fair. So, you know, not expecting too much there. But guys, thank you once again for watching. I will see you tomorrow for some Fantasy Premier League content. Finally. Oh my, finally. But aside from that, guys, I will see you later, mates. Bye-bye.